Good evening and welcome to the first ever podcast of Cheshire's Place, a look into logical madness. I am your host, Mr. Cheshire, and I thank you for jumping down into this rabbit hole of our small corner of Internet Wonderland. And you can always contact me through the Facebook page if you look for Cheshire's Place, a look into logical madness. Or you can actually email me at cheshirelookingglass@gmail.com. So, allow me to explain what logical madness is. We've all had that deep, deep thought of maybe there's more out there. We take a look at a stranger across the way wondering, what is it that they're thinking? Is it similar to what I do? Is it something that I can relate to, or is it something that is considered not normal? And I'm using quotation marks in terms of normal, because in all seriousness, just like the Cheshire Cat has pointed out, we're all a little mad. There's really no sense in normalcy. The idea of being normal is complacent in today's time, as we know that there's different ideologies on how we view certain topics, things that back in the day would be considered taboo. So I invite you to email me at cheshirelookingglass@gmail.com, or going on to the Facebook page, which isn't completed yet, but I'm slowly working on it, to give me ideas about topics. Now, normally no topic is, off limits, but I do have to voice that I do not really want to talk about religion or politics. See, the idea is for us to go through and dive into different thought processes and try to find a common ground on topics. Those things that we've wondered about for so long. Like, is there a possibility of life in other planets, or could there be parallel universes, or even the things like, is there a way that I can feel more handsome or beautiful? Do I have to go through the norms of what society pictures the ideal body type to be? Or if you feel down, if you feel lost, and those darkening thoughts are coming around, this can be a place where we can venture together and try to find solace that there are many more that are like us, who just want to be explorers, purveyors of this crazy world that we live in. Now, once more, no politics and religion, because those are downer topics, and I want to try to keep things pretty light. Now, by no means is this a studious cat, a professional or an expert on topics. I'm just here to give my opinion. I'm here to do research to better understand your quandaries, and hopefully, as we look through the looking glass, we can find answers or come to a realization that maybe the answers that we look for, maybe they hold a bit of madness within themselves. So, as you may notice, this is my first podcast, and there's no fanfare, there's no catchy music, no narrator voice to say, welcome to Cheshire's Place. This is your look into logical madness. No, there's none of that right now. Mainly due to the fact that I'm starting out, and this is not going to be a perfect process. It's not going to be a perfect beginning as I dive into this. This is definitely by far an imperfect beginning, and we all have imperfect beginnings. We all have those moments where we want to try something new, and either we plan everything out or we just go for it. Just dive in head first into the unknown void and try our hand at it and just let the chips fall as they may. Now, for me, this is just something I want to try. And just getting this initial podcast out to you, the masses, the fans, hopefully fans. Who knows, maybe the first person that'll listen to this will probably butcher it. But I'm willing to accept that. But we all have those people that will butcher our ideas. It's, as I said, an imperfect beginning. And we all deal with imperfect beginnings. If we want to try something new, like try a new recipe in the kitchen, or come up with an idea at work, or try to work on that project in college, maybe we want to go into bodybuilding. Maybe we want to, I don't know, try a new game. Maybe ask that crush out that we've been looking at across the way for a couple of weeks. We plan everything out. We go through our minds what it'd be like just for everything to fall into place, right time, right moment. It's almost like watching a motivational movie, or in case of love and romance, one of those cheesy romantic movies, almost like The Notebook, which, by the way, I've still haven't seen The Notebook, and I keep hearing good things about it. It's one of those things that we want everything to line up, and we play every scenario in our mind, trying to hype up what it is that can happen and how it's going to be absolutely wonderful. So let me paint a picture for you. You wake up one morning and you look around the room and you get the idea to try something brand new, something that gets you out of your comfort zone. You rush out of bed with such jubilation and you begin taking a look. You find a pen, you find paper, and you start jotting down everything that you want to do. You want to make the dream a reality. Now, as you try to tell people about your goal, your aspiration to do this project, some people are supportive. They want you to do it. They think it'd be a good idea. And then you begin getting the naysayers, the ones who have their doubts at first. And then you get the ones who definitely have their doubts and they try to bring you down, or as I'd like to put it, bring you back to reality. Telling you that the dream that you're going for is unobtainable, it's unrealistic, but you still pursue on. But yet those voices of the naysayers, of the doubters, begins lingering. But you still try to press forward. Everything tries to line up in place. You're doing everything that you wanted to achieve. You're setting up the goals, and the moment comes, the big moment. And you're ready to go out and let loose on this big idea that you've been planning and working on for possibly months on end. And things begin to move pretty smooth. You're doing everything that you have planned out, and then you hit your first bump in the road. And you think, okay, I can still do it. And you continue on, and then there's another bump and another one. And those small bumps become longer setbacks. You begin feeling the doubts. You begin hearing those voices echo that you can't do this. You will not succeed. Now, every beginning is going to be like that. There's always going to be doubters. There's always going to be that personal voice inside your head that will tell you that you cannot do this. We've all faced it. We've all took a long stare in the mirror during those moments where we want to break, where we want to give up, and then we feel that overwhelming feeling of despair, of sadness, of depression, whatever you may want to call it. And we try to give up. We want to give up. We want to cast all those dreams and doubts and just throw up our hands and admit defeat. The fairy tale beginning that you so planned for so long to have ended. You just want to go back and wallow in bed and just not try again. And it's during these moments, the moments where we feel like we want to give up, where we feel like that we should give up, where we should just give in to the doubts that are within ourselves and the voices of the outside that tell us that we cannot accomplish our dream. It's during those moments that you have to rise above. You have to begin giving yourself that inspiration to continue. You have to remember why it was that you wanted to step forth into this new venture. You have to remember that even though that the naysayers and the doubters are many, it's the ones that are supporting you and showing you love that matter. Their voice matters, not the outside of the ones who want to break you. And it's during those times that when we remember those voices that give us support, that we find the strength to carry on with our dreams. You can find many examples of this. I mean, your favorite athlete, your favorite author, musician, actress. Even in today's time, social media influencers. I mean, we all have someone that we look up to, even at my age, which, as far as you know, seeing how I'm the Cheshire Cat, I've been around for a very long time. I find inspiration in many people that keep me going. And it's within this new, imperfect beginning that we can find strides to continue on. And even though the road is always going to be bumpy, we can always smooth out the edges and continue forth and achieve what it is that we really want out of this life. Now, whenever you have those doubters, even if it's for the smallest of goals, just remember the words of your dear old Mr. Cheshire. No one can take away your goals except for you. And those goals that you have are the things that keep you going. Because you out there listening to this and listening to my very sultry voice, I may say, you are the reason for someone to continue. You are someone's inspiration as well. You are someone's muse of sorts. You're someone's reason. To put it better, you are someone's role model. You could be someone's Michael Jordan and not even know it. You could be someone's, and I can't believe I'm about to use this analogy, you could be someone's Kim Kardashian, just, more talent and less plastic surgery. And hopefully Kim isn't listening to this. I very doubt it, because this is the first time doing this. But I hope you get the idea. You are someone's inspiration to move on and perceive their dreams and goals and aspirations and everything that they want to do. You are someone's motivation. And I want to make sure that you don't forget that. For you are important, and your dreams, no matter how small, no matter how big, and no matter how imperfect the beginning, they mean something to someone out there. Now, we're going to keep this short because I just want to give y'all a small taste of what to expect. And hopefully with everyone, and I hope that everyone takes a look at the webpage. You can find it on Facebook, Cheshire's Place, a look into logical madness, or you can email me with topic ideas at CheshireLookingGlass@gmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to answer any suggestions. Until next time, thank you for coming down the rabbit hole into our small little corner of Internet Wonderland and viewing into the looking glass as we take a look into logical madness. For the first time, and hopefully not for the last time, this is Mr. Cheshire. I am everywhere and nowhere, and hopefully I'll see you again. Good night.